Chapter 4 Fluffing Up. The sound of laughter filled the skies as the two packets are playfully twirled around, spiraling towards their new destination. It was around 9 o'clock when the Castle Boutique's pink rotunda came into view. The flag located atop the tall tower fluttered in the slight breeze. It was still morning, so the sun was still rising in a high arc of the village. And of course, white clouds still floated across the bright sky, unattended by the weather patrol. Rainbow lightning touched down in front of the boutique's front door, still chuckling and giggling. Dash gave the door a sharp rap, and inside they could hear the muffled voice already saying, "Sweetback, could you do be a dear and get that?" Then the door swung open, revealing a small white figure with a kind smile on her face, saying happily, "Welcome to Castle Boutique. Oh, hi, Rainbow Dash, but it's been waiting for you." The Sam Pegasus patted the small pony's mane and said, "Nice to meet you, Squirt." But Sweetback didn't answer back, for her eyes were trained on the lightning bolt touchdown that followed Dash to the shop. Lightning Flash gave a friendly wink, saying, "Hola, little one. Nice Lightning Flash." "Wow, I like your mane," the little filly said excitedly, obviously captivated by Lightning's electrifying look. When top of the stairs, Rarity popped her head out. Some measuring tape had her in her teeth. Upon seeing the two packets, her eyes widened in joy, and she spat out the tape before going down to greet them. "Oh, darling, I'm glad you could make it." "Yeah, why wouldn't I make it?" Dash questioned proudly, staring at some of the elegant dresses and the mannequins strewn around the store. "Don't take it the wrong way, dear, but you have a bit of a lazy streak. But I'm glad you could pay a visit. And I see you brought your cousin along too." Rarity glanced over at Lightning, who was engaged in a conversation with Sweetie Belle. His dad heard his name, and he said nicely, "Don't mind me, girls. I'll just be over here while you two do whatever you need to do." "Oh, nonsense, Flash. I'm sure I can find something for you around here. I do need a stand to model some suits." "Perhaps, if you like, you can help," Rarity answered. Upon hearing this, Dash gave a nervous laugh and asked, "We're still on for that makeover thing, right?" "Of course, Dash. Why ever not? In fact, let's get to it right away. We'll start with your hair. Oh, it's all tied up in knots. When was the last time you brushed it? I simply cannot let my friend go out." As Freddy chattered on about exfoliating and moisturizing, all Dash was thinking was, what did I get myself into? While giving Sweetie Belle a piggyback ride, Lenny called her to his cousin. "Good luck, Dash." Then, marking Rarely's posh accent, he chuckled, "I'm sure you look dashing, dear." Normally, such a remark would put a smile on Dash's face. But for now, it only added to her anxiety. Rarity led the unsure Pegasus into a dark room. The unicorn flicked the light switch on, revealing hair care products and makeup lined up neatly on shelves stretching across an entire wall. And across from the door was a vanity mirror, complete with sparkling lights and jewels, with a low swivel chair sitting in front. "Wow, that is a lot of makeup," Dash said, staring up at the many bottles lined neatly across the shelves. "Yes, my own personal collection. I am quite proud of it if I do say so myself," the eloquent unicorn said happily. "Well, first things first, your hair. By the time I'm finished, all the sounds will be drilling at your hooves." The Rarity salon treatment began, starting with a good wash of Dash's rainbow mane. Once giving it a thorough shampoo and rinse, "Almost like you've given your mane a good wash, Rainbow." Rarity took a plush white towel to dry it off. Then she sat Rainbow Dash, who was busy looking extremely uncomfortable, into the red leather chair. Magically wetting a brush, Rarity began to comb the many knots out of the Pegasus' unruly mane, much to the chagrin of Dash herself. As she stroked the brush to the rainbow-colored hair, Rarity said, "I am so glad you brought Lenny along with you. You see, I've been absolutely swamped with orders for gender code suits, and I haven't been able to find a good model for them. Why, I've even resorted to trying on those suits myself, which is why I'm fake if your cousin could lend a helping hand." "Yeah, sure. I guess I'd be happy to help," Dash said boringly. "And it looks like Sweetie Belle has taken a liking to him as well," Rarity continued. "I'm sure that she likes him. Her friends love him as well." Dash gave a small cough and said in a respectable tone,
"Oh my gosh, you know."
"Yeah, it's nice. I just thought it was me that I looked up to." Upon realizing what she had just said, Dash shook her head, prompting a curt scoff from Rarity. But Dash wasn't paying attention, for she was already saying in her mind, "What am I thinking? I should be happy for a Flash. He's my cousin after all." She was so deep in her thoughts that she didn't notice Rarity smearing a light green paste all over her face. When the slimy mixture accidentally got into her mouth, however, the Pegasus immediately switched back to Rarity, saying, "Whoa, what is this stuff?" "Oh, relax, dear. It's just some paste to help your complexion and clean your face. Don't worry, Applejack had the same reaction when she first did this, but that's another story. Now hold still and close your eyes, Rarity said assuringly. Reluctant, Dash sat back down and let her friend place something circular on the eyelids. So what exactly on my eyes now? She asked. Oh, calm down, Dash. They're just cucumbers, nothing bad. Then Rarity wiped her hose on the towel and continued. I'll just let you sit there for a little bit and let the products do their work. Sit tight. As the elegant unicorn slid out the door, Dash answered, Okay then. But it's only for a few minutes, right? But she was too late. The unicorn was already out the door. Just for a few minutes, Dash thought, trying to assure herself. But the few minutes turned into half an hour, and still she sat there. Soon the Pegasus slowly began to drift back into sleep. After all, on any other Sunday, she would still be lying out on a fluffy bed, underneath her warm blanket, staying in and out of her dreams. Dash woke up to the bitter taste of sweat and skincare products. She jolted up in the chair, the cucumbers sliding off her face, babbling. Oh, what? How did the... It took the Pegasus a moment to realize she was still in the makeup room, the vanity mirror still dazzling with bright light. Dash checked the clock hanging in the corner of the little compartment. 10:30. That was some nap, Rainbow said to herself. She began to wonder where Rarity had gone. Then she heard the voices from outside the room, shouting away. What about this tie? Too tacky, too bright? Asked a shrill voice that no doubt belonged to Rarity. Oh no, I think it goes perfectly with the contrast edges of the suit. However, the cuffs seem too big, a bit close to the skin. Maybe you could make the sleeves larger. Or of course you could use a French cuff instead of a regular button-fastened cuff. It'll give the suit a more formal look as well as making the sleeve less tight around the edges. But you know, you're the expert, not me, said a smooth voice, both humble yet confident. No way, the sign Pegasus thought. She stealthily made her way over to the door, crunching the cucumbers underneath her hoofs, and cracked it open just a smidge, so she could peer out of it. Outside was Rarity, her spectacles sitting on the bridge of her snout, peering over the figure standing on a pedestal. It was Lightning, who wore a lime green dress shirt, a white tie around his neck. Rarity then proceeded to dress him in a smooth black vest and a dark gray formal jacket, complete with a matching green handkerchief. Rarity began to ponder for a second, as if something was missing, until a bright smile flashed across her face. As the final touch, she bestowed upon the sound a gray fedora hat, which fit snugly on his head. As much as Dash did not want to, she had to admit that Lightning looked absolutely stunning. But for some reason, that only made her crease her eyeballs uneasily. Perfect! You're right, Lightning. It does look spectacular. Don't take this the wrong way, but I had no idea you had such an eye for fashion, Rarity exclaimed excited. Gracious, Rarity. I've been traveling around Equestria and seen some great places for fashion. Blue Coat City, Las Vegas, Madrid, Barcelona, Sydney, and I've kind of looked a lot, Lightning said. Upon hearing the names of these fashion capitals of the world, Rarity clapped her hosts together saying, Oh, you simply must tell me about it. What did you see? Who did you meet? How were they like? Rarity kept bombarding him with questions as Dash watched from her little viewpoint in the corner. She kept listening to her cousin speak of his great adventures around the fashion world, learning how to sew, how to drape, haute couture, etc. She was already listening intently to every word, every detail, and she could do nothing but watch like a helpless little filly, unsure of what to do. It was as if something began to stir in the pit of her stomach, and it only made her more anxious. As she observed her friend become ever the more engrossed in her cousin's fascinating story, Dash's fires of loyalty burned brighter, just like the glimmering light of her cousin's gentle hazel eyes. But that loyalty could only go so far. What is up, my dears? Yes, another chapter. Gotta say, I've never thought I would enjoy writing a story about ponies. And yet here I am, loving it, already playing my next story. I've been trying to update pretty constantly, so I hope I've been doing good so far. And yes, more Horse City puns. Anyways, thanks for reading, and as always, review!